On May 17, 1992, Fred Rogers, more affectionately known as Mr. Rogers, delivered the opening invocation for the commencement ceremony at Boston University. From the overwhelming response they received when he was first introduced, it was clear to Fred that many in attendance had grown up watching his neighborhood. And so, before the massive collection of students graduated and entered into the world, he offered them one more opportunity to relive a moment from their youth. And with that, the graduates and faculty joined Mr. Rogers in singing "It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood." And as the entire audience joyfully sang and swayed to the strains of that sweet little song, it was indeed a wonderful day in the Boston University neighborhood. That simple, kind, compassionate song captures the longing and the dreams of so many people, so many hearts, as we seek acceptance from the people around us and as we yearn for neighborhoods, communities, and yes, even a world that welcomes every single person as a neighbor. Wouldn't it be wonderful if all of our neighborhoods, all of the world's neighborhoods, could be as beautiful, as peaceful, as positive as Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? Is that even remotely possible, or is it just a pipe dream? Now, I have to admit that it's a tall order. But today, this very morning, I'm here to assure you that it can be more than a pipe dream. A beautiful neighborhood and world can indeed be more than pie in the sky by and by, but for that vision, for Mr. Rogers and God's vision to become a reality, it has to start somewhere. And that somewhere is here with you and me. And the words that we find in the 19th chapter of Leviticus can help us find the way if we accept them and live them, if we allow them to guide our hearts, our minds, and all of our daily interactions with the people around us. Listen, really listen to some of those words from Leviticus again, as interpreted this time by the Message. God spoke to Moses, "Speak to the congregation of Israel. Tell them, be holy, because I, God, your God, am holy. Don't pervert justice. Don't show favoritism to either the poor or the great. Judge on the basis of what is right. Don't spread gossip and rumors. Don't just stand by when your neighbor's life is in danger. Don't secretly hate your neighbor. Don't seek revenge or carry a grudge against any of your people. Love your neighbor as yourself." Do you catch God's drift? Do you understand what God is saying in that obscure passage from Leviticus? Be holy as God is holy. Now, that doesn't mean that we're supposed to be holier than thou. Rather, we are to be imitators of God, living with justice and with love. Be holy as God is holy means that we are to embrace all people with respect, understanding, and compassion. It means we are to treat every single person equally as children of God, giving others the same kind of slack, the same kind of benefit of the doubt that we give ourselves when we don't live up to all that we should do or be. Be holy as God is holy is about living with forgiveness instead of seeking revenge or holding a grudge. It's living with a positive spirit and encouraging words rather than judgment or slander. Being holy as God is holy is about being honest with one another, civil to each other, protective and sensitive to one another, loving with one another, and not giving in to our fears and our prejudice, not making our opinions and our anger more sacred than God's precious children, our brothers and sisters with whom we share this earth. Can we do that as followers of God? Can we try to strive toward that goal as followers of Jesus Christ? Be holy as God is holy, and together we can transform our community and our world into a beautiful neighborhood that looks every bit as gentle and loving, as peaceful and accepting as Mr. Rogers. It has to start somewhere. Why not right here? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please, won't you be my neighbor? Please don't just be my neighbor. Please don't just be my neighbor, but a neighbor to all of God's precious children, that all people might have a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Amen.